What is up, CCG Esports fans? I am your caster for today, WX21, joined by the magnificent co-caster, other caster, the great, the fantastic, it's Inflict, and Inflict, we have a stream! We have a stream! We have cameras, we got overlays, we're in business!
Yeah, and for people who are slightly confused about the excitement on WX fans' face, is because we actually faced some major technical difficulties, but we somehow managed to surprisingly overcome them, and we are officially now on the move. But without further ado, we're gonna speak about the game now, WX fan.
Absolutely.
Now yeah.
Well, talk to us a bit here. The knife round just ended here, and while I finish getting things set up over here on the actual CS screen, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about these two teams, Zomblers and, of course, CCG Esports.
Well, CCG currently they're on a spree right now. They're currently sitting on a 3-win streak. They haven't exactly gotten the chance to play a lot of their games, so they're actually gonna have 4 games in this week. So a lot of entertainment coming in your guys' way this week, especially since this is the final week of the regular season of ESEA League 48, I believe. So they're gonna have a lot of games. But Zomblers, they have played most of their games, and they're currently sitting pretty with 7 wins so far out of their 9. They've played Ancient twice, and their 2 losses have actually come on Ancient as well. So the statistics slightly favoring CCG in today's matchup right here.
Yeah. Speaking of today's matchup, we can continue to talk about this. Let's get you all right to the game. So again, the pistol round has already happened, and Inflict, as I get us back into the game here, CCG starting off the T side, planning on the A bomb site, and get the opening pistol round here with... Why do I feel like I say this person's name every single stream? It's Trip, yet again, with the multi-kill.
Trip is just one of the more consistent players, and quite frankly, ever since we have moved on to CS2, CCG all across the board has rather gotten better at understanding each other and playing collectively as a team. And Trip, generally on CSGO, we haven't really seen Trip being as active because he had the lurker role. You don't really get to see them pop off as much as you usually do your oppers and main rifler, which are Corin and SRY. And just for people, just for extra knowledge, SRY couldn't actually join us, so we have our substitutes playing, which is going to be Jay Casper. He has played for us in a game previously, and CCG did win that game. So again, a great player so far for CCG. But coming back to the point, it just across the board, the team is it's a lot more consistent. The kills, the deaths, they're very much spread across the board. And Floridian players like Floridian, who's the IGL, players like Trip, who's the lurker, they get a lot more of their action after this fast-paced change that has come to CS2.
Yeah, absolutely, and it is going to be a bomb plan here on A, but look at the players here for Zomblers. We got Temple, we got Donut, Chinchilla says, I don't care where you are, my Mac 10 means business. $1,200 in the pocket for Chinchilla. I mean, maybe he may be able to get himself a little couple of Chinchilla snacks after this. CMX, though, not going away quietly. And this is all... CCG Esports right now. They are just absolutely dominating, and just like that, only losing Corin. 2 more for Trip, 2 for Chinchilla, and a nice conversion round there. But here come the Zomblers on their first rifle round.
Yeah, it's going to be a bonus round still for the side of CCG, but they do have a couple of AKs. They can probably invest into another, and that is exactly what they're going to do. So a good amount of fidelity all across the board, and it seems like they're firing on all cylinders as well. They both of these rounds are rather quick. The second one a bit lengthy, but still a conclusive victory for the decisive victory for the side of CCG. So it seems like they're comfortable right off the bat, and we've spoken about the sole failures of the side of Zomblers have been on Ancient. So I'm really liking the odds of how things are going so far for CCG.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is definitely become more of an even-sided map after all the updates to Ancient that we saw come out earlier this year and last year before the release of CS2. And I've casted a bit for Zomblers from time to time for LCA broadcast, and I can tell you this Zomblers team, they're no pushovers. Be expecting a heavy fight here, but Trip is just tapping heads. 6 kills for Trip already. Make it 7. Trip, feed him more. 5-2, and right now CCG are just on a completely different level.
Yeah, they're just not allowing the side of Zomblers to even properly set up. It seems like Zomblers are taking so many engagements which are sort of unnecessary, but they also do not have the players lined up to take the trade for those kills as well. And Camero, just as I was speaking, Floridia takes him out as well. His teammate is across the map as well. Couldn't take that engagement head on, and hence Jay Chinchilla gets the final frag and a flawless victory. These three heavily convincing rounds for the side of CCG are now resulting in the fact that they have a really nicely built up economy just 3 rounds into the game.
Absolutely. Let's talk a few things first. A little bit of housekeeping. Inflict, how is the stream for you in Discord? I'm producing, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
It's honestly nothing to complain about, considering the fact that CS is still updating for me in the back end. And
Okay,
again,
excellent.
there were so many different things that went wrong. The timing of the update for me, and as I had not opened Steam in a long while, and we had some production issues as well. So
Yeah, that's
we're
fine.
we're working with whatever we could.
Yeah, and I want to make sure, chat and fans out there, I want to make sure you can hear us okay. Are we coming in good over the game? Again, I kind of made sure we threw this together last minute, so I want to make sure you out there have a great gaming experience. And, you know, it's a lot of deagles here, and the underutilized 5-7 here for Camero as well.
Yeah. They're still gonna look to deal as much damage and potentially take a couple of rifles away to possibly convert this, but they don't have a lot of utility to back it up really. Already losing their first player, and now CCG, they're gonna capitalize on it. They're just trying to rotate out a little bit as well, and with only 4 players alive, they're starting to lose map control as well. They're starting to feel hesitant, but it seems like Camero, he wants to take some of it back. He's pushing up over towards middle. Corin, though, he's just around the corner. The timing could really be dependent on this, and Corin,
Yeah.
oh no, that doesn't exactly work out for him, considering the fact that he had an SMG caution, though, follows up, and suddenly this is a round winnable for either side.
What did I say about an underutilized 5-7? That will be a win for the Zomblers on the Eco. And I got through saying this last round. The Zomblers squad is not one to be taken lightly. And Camero is one of those players. You saw with the kill that Camero was able to get into mid, and just the confidence just to go right into Jaguar and side hall. Comes right out, and with that 5-7 instead of the Deagle, able to push the B side player, and that was all Zomblers. But plenty of money in the bank here for a full buy for the CCG Esports squad. As we head to round number 5. Now, the interesting thing here, Inflict, no op.
Yeah, that's sort of the downside of not having SRY, but on the other hand, well, Zomblers are sort of just working off of the upgrades that they got winning that first round. They still had 3 players alive, so they were just able to pick up 3 AKs for absolutely free. That's actually going to be heavily beneficial for their economy as well, because the CT economy is just in such a terrible state. The fact that you take your first victory with just pistols and were able to retrieve 3 AKs as well by the end of that round, it's actually a massive win for the side of Zomblers.
That's a huge win. Eco rounds are huge. Again, we've been seeing different things here on the CT side. Just in a lot of games, even in my own MM games, things are very different on the CT side because of MR12. And Camero gets the opening kill, and Chinchilla is unable to convert the other kill. Now it's a 4v2 in the favor of the Zombler squad, but it's Trip, and I believe that's JCast, but no, that's Floor Idiot who's left as well, and unfortunately Trip will fall. And this leaves Floor Idiot in a very interesting position. Does he save this AK heading into the next round, or does he even try to attempt a plant here? And he is being very loud about this as well. He's just throwing caution to the wind. Wants the bomb plant. Taken out by Sam from side hall. A team ace for Zomblers, and it's now 3-2. And the money here is very interesting. Couple players on 4K. Corin 2750 and just over 3K for Chinchilla. Inflict. I don't know what you do here if you're CCG. It's going to be a force buy, it looks like, but they had a somewhat easy first 3 rounds, and Zomblers have quickly come back to rebound.
Yeah, it seems like they figured out what CCG were up to in the initial 3 rounds and have adjusted accordingly. The adaptability in CS is a really big thing, and Zomblers, it seems like they're really good at it. But as you said, the buy it's not looking prime for the side of CCG. They're gonna have to make do with whatever they can, and it's already off to a bad start for them as they lose their captain, and three more are gonna follow him to the grave. Two more actually. They did get one in return for the side of Zomblers, but the fact that they only have two players remaining and only two pieces of utility as well, it's going to make matters all the more worse for them.
Yeah, that's 2v2 though. Corin coming to play. CMX though, Corin may not be ready for this. CMX has him pinned.
He needs help.
He needs a lot of help. Jake Casper needs to be able to do something to advance in. CMX has a very winnable 1v2 clutch for Jake Casper. 6 HP in a dream. Being flanked by the final player here. And taps the bomb. Not even going to consider this flank behind him. Here comes Camro from B ramp. Camro looking, waiting. Oh, but this peek down side hall. This could be huge. Casper could catch him. Double flank?
Timing.
Double flank? Oh my goodness. He's going to have a free plant. Jay Casper with massive, you know what? Massive grapefruits, free plant. Jake Casper playing this to perfection. However, now losing the element of surprise. 6 HP versus a 39 HP Camro on the hunt. By the way, has a Molotov. If Camro Molotov's A main, this round is over. Molotov donut. Casper has a chance. Camro looking all around. Going to try the ninja defuse. Taps. Still looking. Not going to find anything. Casper's found. Camro versus Casper. A kit spotted. This is the command of the wire. Camro should have it. Yes, Camro has it. What a round.
Went down to the wire. Corin and Jake Asper, the substitute, almost showed up big time for his team, but sadly just wasn't enough to put them across the finish line. They did get the bomb down, so they're gonna have a little bit of extra credits in the bank, but I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to go for save, which, well, they're not going to at all. 4 rifles, 2 gillies.
What's a save? CCG's like, we got 4 kills. What's a save?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, when you're on the CT side, you're not going to be able to purchase as many times, so might as well try and give it a shot.
Absolutely. Glad to know. I see some comments. I see a comment there that the sound is all good. Says he. Nice opening kill on the trip. And now it's 3 members of CCG and Flip over here outside of main. Just trying to bait out the rest of the utility here from Zomblers towards mid. But little does CCG know, it's 2 players towards Red House. And will they push this? We're going to find out here. Camro over towards Red House. Oh, nice assist flash from Cajun. Easy kill for Camro. Floor Idiot versus Sezzy. Floor Idiot gets the win. Here comes Jake Casper from Jaguar in the side hall. Here to trade. Gets the trade. Now, it's a man advantage for the side of Zomblers, and they know where one is. Chinchilla is completely blocked off, but Jake Casper also towards side hall, which is going to make things interesting. Camera was able to take out one. 3v1. Jake Casper is completely caught off guard. Needs to think about saving that AK. You don't have the money. Don't push it. And just like that, we'll get away with armor and an AK. You love to see that. But 4 round wins in a row, and CCG need to think about what strats they have left here on the T side heading into round number 8.
I mean, honestly, they've tried a couple of different things, and it just can't seem to work out. The way that they started it was extremely confident, but ever since losing to that pistol, I'm not sure if it's that their mental has taken a hit. I know for a fact their mentals should be a bit stronger, but again, all of these teams are just coming back from the Thanksgiving break. They're not as well versed as they usually are, and I'm not trying to make up excuses for these teams. They're all pretty much on the same level, of course. Some may have practiced a little bit more than the others, but again, their mindsets now relaxed a little bit, so now they're getting back into that competitive aspect of things. So it can take a little bit of a little longer for teams to make an actual comeback happen. Zomblers, for them, it might have just been those 3 rounds. For CCG, well, we're gonna have to wait and find out.
Yeah. Oh, Cajun's just gonna try mowing him down. Cajun can't get the multi-kill. That's gonna hurt Zomblers here as the rest of the players retreat from coming from CT spawn. And this round finally may have gone the way of CCG. A missed opportunity for Zomblers, but here comes Corin and Floor Idiot. Corin, unfortunately, on the 4 HP versus a fresh CMX. 13 bullets in the mag. Corin and them are basically playing ring around the bleeping Rosie. Smoke goes towards Jaguar. And here we go. CMX isolating, able to get one. Corin can't get it. CMX with the 1v2 clutch.
And a 1 versus 4, actually.
Oh,
2
one-
frags.
Wow.
Somehow they managed to pull it off, and CCG, when it finally felt like that they were gonna reclaim a round after losing 4 in a row, CMX shuts them down. A great start from CCG overall. They used that single flash to get that whole side control. That utility conversion was great from the side of CCG, but the fact that they were able to give out so many isolated fights to CMX, it's just gotta hurt.
CCG are gonna want that round back. Quite frankly, Cajun probably wants that multi-kill that Cajun couldn't get back. That round should have never been that close. Cajun had 3 of them lined up, backed up by another teammate. But now Cajun here looking to rebound. Round number 9. Sam scouting towards B ramp. It's him versus Floor Idiot. It's another force buy for the CCG squad as once again, minute 23 on the clock. CCG taking time, playing their game, not forcing a rush here in this round. All is slow. Camero backed up by Sezzy. Camero's gonna go push in. Easy kill on the trip. Trip has massively fallen off since the start of this game. Sezzy, though, says, hold my beer, I got this. And now, Trip, Camero both on 9 kills, but look at Cajun. 5 for them, Chinchilla and Casper at 7 each. We now have a battle for the B bomb site, as that is where the bomb is headed. Sam is the only B site defender versus Chinchilla and J Casper. CMX is all by their lonesome over towards the A bomb site. It's going to be Chinchilla and Casper. Where do they want to go? Now leaning towards mid. They have 29 seconds. They got to pick a bomb site and go.
Yeah, they cannot waste a lot of time. And one thing is worked out for them, that both of these players are isolated. They're not gambling on one particular side and trying to retake it, but they can still instill a lot of damage. The bomb is down. Jason July might not be prepared for CMX playing that aggressively, but he gets the frag as well, and now it's a 1 versus 2. There's not any piece of utility on the side of the defender, so this is going to make the things for the side of CCG a tad bit easier, considering they still have a couple of flashes and a grenade to delay things out, but the defuse kit still available. This is still very much possible if he can get the kills on time, but he's just stuck between both of them. It's going to be a trade back and forth, and CCG get their 4th after losing 5.
That was a beautiful play off each other by Chinchilla and Casper. Well done and well executed. CCG finally back on the scoreboard here with the 4th round. Might be a little too late. 5-4. We're getting close to the end of the first half here in Flicked. And now maybe a little bit of momentum here on the side of CCG. But look at this. Only 2 MAC-10s and an AWP coming out for Camero. A very pivotal round. 2 Deagles, an AWP, an MP9, 4 spies on both sides. Camero elects to take the AWP and head towards B. A 3-man stack towards B. 1A, 1 mid. Let's see if CCG can sniff that out.
those aggressive corners over towards B cave could really punish them if the CCG do decide to go for that. And that is one of their more favorite spots on this map as well. But it seems like luck or well, their map reading skills are going to work out in their favor at least for the time being. They're avoiding that almost completely. Trip is the only lurker around,
Woo!
and there's the op dealt with. It's not even gonna allow Camera to take a shot. He trips that quick on the trigger, gets the frag, and now they're gonna actually force the players off the side of Zomblers to get aggressive. Hence, 2 free frags go further the way of CCG.
Trip. That was a filthy shot. That was really filthy. And that Zomblers probably going to think about some sort of a save here. But the problem is they've just been isolated. Sam now is going to have an AK and is going to really think about saving that now. However, backed up by one player here towards the B-bomb site, it's none other than Trip with the picked up and retrieved AWP. And Cajun, with just the deagle in hand, goes flying as Casper destroys him. And I gotta tell you, for a force buy, massive from CCG and Inflict. It all started with that pick from Trip onto the Opper.
Yeah, I mean, Drip again on the lurker role has been just so crucial for CCG, and times where they need something to go their way, just even one kill that's highly impactful, you can rely on Drip to get you that, and that's exactly what he did. That single kill, because there was just not a lot of investment available for the side of Zomblers all across the board. Losing that op actually hurts them so massively that they're forced to try and either retrieve that op or get at least the trade onto Trip so they can potentially at least get his AK or maybe some map control back in return. But when CCG, they were prepared for it. They knew that they were gonna force rest of the players to push up, and they got those kills behind it.
Absolutely nothing more than pistols here for the side of Zomblers. Trip trying to make some more heroics just like he was able to do in the last round. But now with Jay Casper with the saved AWP, Sam that with this Eagle could do a massive amount of damage here. However, Floridian knows the spot is going to just completely ignore it. And a rifle given over to the side of Zomblers as a decent execute may not be looking so likely anymore as the bomb now shifts towards mid. 47 seconds on the clock. We get a battle towards A main about to happen. Chinchilla versus CMX. Chinchilla says, get out of my way. It's an A-side attack. And here comes Cajun, able to get one with a P250. And Chinchilla just tap away and spots one towards Temple. Chinchilla been the hero so far of this round. Trip able now on the flank here. Oh, look at this. Trip on the flank. Sam catches Chinchilla a little bit there. Chinchilla on 3, wants the quad kill. Corin says nope. Triple kill for Chinchilla and a double for Corin. Nice round. Trip would have easily been able to clean them up there on the flank as well. This started off here. 5 rounds. 3 rounds on the side of CCG. 5 in a row for the Zomblers. But I want to point this out, Inflict, as we head to the last round here. Look at this T side. 4 bomb plants for CCG have kept them in this. Now we head 6-5. It's either going to be tied heading into the second half of play, or it's going to be 7-5 in favor of CCG.
Yeah, and either way, I think if you're CCG, you're quite happy with the result, considering again although this map has been balanced out quite a lot in CS2, also courtesy of the fact that the CD has such a shit economy, but just generally speaking as well, the map just it plays out rather differently when the pacing has gotten a little bit faster. So it's a lot more balanced, but still it slightly favors the CT side if they have a proper buy. And so far they have been able to nicely counter out the executions from the side of Zombler. So if they can keep this momentum going and even lose the pistol round, I think they'll still be in a rather secure space over towards that CT side.
Yeah, it's a 2-3 split here for the side of CCG. 2 players
Oh
B.
no.
Sezzy able to delete Casper, but Sezzy is down to a very low amount of health as well. So this will be really interesting. It's 4v4. There's nothing to save here. Every team throwing everything they can. Casper will fall. But now an interesting player from CCG. 34 seconds on the clock, Inflict, and A site rotating here, and Trip still on the lurk. Traded though, Sezi. 2 crucial kills. Keeps one player isolated. Cajun hiding behind box, has 2, wants the third. It's been all Cajun. That's the round that Cajun wanted back for the missed multi-kill. But look at the scoreboard. 13 kills for Chinchilla, 13 kills for Trip, 9 for Cajun and Camero, and 7 all tied for Sam, Sezi, and CMX. We head to the second half of play here. And Flick, talk to us about that first half.
I mean, honestly, a great first half from both of these teams. CCG, they had a real swift start, but Zomblers, that ability to just adapt and this resilience that they showed, getting those 5 rounds immediately, and it felt like those 3 rounds, it never wavered anything off of them. Their confidence, it was all natural all across the board. So it seems like they're all prepared to play right now. First game of CS back, and they're all just rushing mid for a pistol. What a way to start!
It's a pistol fight mid. Wow, that round was fast.
No strategy. Who needs a strategy? This is a knife round just with pistols involved. But a good win for CCG to kick things off. Although I do want to mention, one thing, that although I did say that CCG are really quite happy with the way that the first half has went, not having SRY could hurt them, because that op advantage that you have on the CT side, that sort of gets eliminated with SRY being absent. And Jay Casper, well, as we saw from that shot earlier on, he's not as fluent on the op. Although sure, there are substitutes for the op available on the side of CCG, but it's not SRY. Good one to keep things rolling.
Yeah, for sure. 8-6 in favor of CCG.
Yeah, no trouble in that round. They all just went mid pretty much. They did have one player over towards the B side, but again, it was an anti-eco for the side of CCG. They took that round, went comfortably. Only lost one player, so that's going to hurt their economy just a teensy little bit. But now Zomblers, it's going to be a key round for them, having already conceded 2 to kick things off. But it seems like they're already off to a back start with the solo, with one of the 2 M4s already picking up one player, and that AK is down. They've already invested a lot of their utility. Zomblers, they need to infiltrate this site in one go, otherwise they're not gonna have another shot at it. Camero, he's deep within, dealt with immediately. Sap plays aggressively for the trade, but won't be able to find it. Gets stripped, but eventually will fall as well. Kajan, he's found one. They conceded a lot of damage in return as well, but somehow this round is just heavily favored for CCG still.
Yeah, even a lot of tough round there to analyze. It was just a lot of firefights all over the place, back and forth. Really weird for the Zomblers. There was no conceded effort to try anything. They lost a couple of the duels, which you don't want to see. But now it is up to one last player here as Chinchilla begins the hunt, and they Cajun. Oh, Cajun. The spicy man themselves. Just so far trapped right now inside Hall. Now, 30 seconds on the clock. Cajun might try for a bomb plant.
Probably, but with 9 HP, I doubt he will be able to get it. Even one bullet through the board should be good. Okay! Impressive shot onto Floridian. Gonna hop straight on the bomb and gets the plant down just by a mere second. In the end, though, still a round one for CCG nonetheless, and they're gonna hence completely dry out the economy. Not completely dry out, but do a decent bit of damage on the side of the T economy. But again, the T economy is in such a good shape, and with all the loss bonus stacked up as well, they're going to be able to fully invest into this one. 3 rounds already secured in a row on the CT side for CCG. Their economy is still not as greatly built up, courtesy of, again, the fact that I've complained about so much already on the CCG broadcast, that the CT economy needs to be fixed. But again, Zomblers.
Well, we know Valve is listening, so I mean, how Valve haven't already called you to try fixing this, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Perhaps they have some complaints with me, but I'll be in contact. They have my email. They can contact me
There
later
you
down the
go.
line. But already, he's making early contacts. He's found 2 frags, immediately dealt with from the side of Zomblers, though.
Yeah, they needed that bomb plan in a massive way. But this is definitely Zomblers about to fall out. Cajun 1v3 clutch. Can Cajun pull this off? They know where he is. Casper says not today. So nicely done. They needed the bomb plant, but man, that was for Zomblers. That was a costly round. But now 10-6 in favor of CCG. And look at the economy inflict. We could see an op come out into play. Maybe op, a little bit of armor. But it looks like it's going to be all AKs yet again. Interesting, we really haven't seen much op play from either of these teams so far on this map. Even with the leads we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, currently there's a 4 round lead, so I wouldn't be exactly surprised if Trip or Jay Casper decided to pull out that all. But they did retain most of the rifles that they had in the last round, or did get some upgrades onto those AKs as well. So perhaps understandable why they decided against it for the time being. And if something's working for you, why change it? Quite honestly, they have won 4 rounds in a row against anything that Zomblers have put together, and it seems like this round has started off on a strong foot for them yet again as they found the first frag.
Corin has been the boss of mid, and he hasn't even stayed, like, he hasn't stayed in one spot. Corin's been all over the place. Sam will find the other mid player in Jay Casper, and Corin, unfortunately, just with not much health left. And here comes Floor Idiot on the rotate down from B. Trip there to trade. CCG, their trade game is strong. CMX not ready for the peak from Chinchilla. But it is going to be an ace that execute. It is 2 players left for Zomblers. And there he is yet again. Camro can't get the kill. Chinchilla on a double. It's up to Sam. 10 HP. 9 bullets in the mag.
Everybody's so weak except Drip. Drip is the only one with a clean
Oh,
health.
hello.
He's gonna die to the flames. It's a 1v2, and still it's relatively possible for Sam. One headshot onto Drip. The other player is extremely weak as well. And oh my goodness, he may have just found the biggest brain.
He is.
Play.
He has the bomb site. He's got a free B bomb site. And Trip is not going to make it out of the back. Oh, this could be huge. And there it is. Trip was ready for it. Trip was ready. Nicely done. CCG 2 rounds away from winning this game. Inflict, remind us real quickly, what are the win-loss records for these teams?
CCG, they've played 5 games so far, currently 3 win, all of them on a consecutive. This is going to be their 4th win of the season, and so 4th in a row. For the side of Zomblers, this is their 10th game going on right now. They've won 7 games, and the only 2 losses prior to this game have also been on Ancient. So I'm not entirely sure why they wanted to go towards Ancient, but considering the fact that they have already set up a decent score line, it's understandable if they'd want to improve this map. But the stat line seems like it's only getting worse against CCG.
Yeah, definitely something here to consider. The reigning team right now is Regain. 9 wins, 2 losses. Zomblers, like you said, 7-2. CCG have a lot to play this week. They are 6-2 on the season, right behind Supernova and Villainous and Mishmash Gaming. This is a battle of 2 of some of the top teams so far in the ESEA Advanced League. These teams have aspirations of reaching the next level, ESL Challenger. And this game right now seems to be going the way of CCG. As I've said many times before on this cast, do not count out this Zombler squad. I've had the pleasure of casting for both of these teams. Both teams really good. They got good people. They got good strats, good players. But right now, this has been all CCG. But Camro tip-tapping away. Could have just opened up some sort of door here for the Zomblers. Not if Chinchilla's got something to say about it. He has no choice but to drop back. Casper, massive op shot. And now it's Cajun and CMX. But it's none other than Chinchilla right behind the smoke. And Chinchilla, unfortunately, unable to finish off the kill. It's now all 3 members here on the A-bomb site. They're going to wait. Okay, Casper decided not to wait. So now what do you do with your CCG? You got 3K each. Make it 3K for just Trip. 1v3 clutch for Trip, and I think Trip is probably going to elect to save here. He doesn't seem to be rushing going for it. Has a kit, but is just in a very tough spot right now. Cajun holding CT spawn. Says he holding A main. They're hunting Trip. Trip just hiding behind a wall at this point. Spotted. Cajun will fall. Now the other player here, and CMX will take out Trip. So, 5K on 2 players, 4,400 on another, and the other's down to 1,700. And Jay Casper very quickly says, "We're force buying, boys."
Yeah, he has no armor, so that's gonna be a gamble. If he can pull off a couple of headshots, that would be highly impressive. But overall, it's just sort of a mixed buy coming out. We see 3 M4s for the side of CCG. Not a lot of utility, but still a decent chunk. And 157, again, one of my favorite pistols in the game. Probably my favorite pistol in the game. It just has so much damage and that high fire rate as well. It can catch people off guard at any given moment, and is easy at the range. That should be backs a punch, honestly, but not this time around. Well, Class goes down first. They might try to retrieve that M4, but so far, I think they're getting forced on track. Oh my god, Floridian through the smoke, lines up through. Says he immediately gets the trade, but the damage may have just been too much.
Yeah, this is insane what we're seeing right now. Floor Idiot really did a lot to try getting his team back into this. Trip now has to be able to continue to be the hero. Trip now joined by Jay Casper. Cajun, no, over here towards A-Main. This could be a huge position. Cajun pushes out, able to get one, gets the second. Cajun redemption from an earlier missed multi-kill. 2-round redemption now, 11-8. This rest game could go the distance.
And there you go. There comes the finally the CT economy into the play as well. There's absolutely no money for the side of CCG to invest into this one. While on the other hand, CCG have kept the economy of Zomblers in check as well. They're currently all around 1,000, and even below. One player is even down to $100. But they do have a full buy coming into this one. 4 AKs, only 1 SMG, but other than that, they're looking strong. Not the case for the side of CCG, of course, but Azuz, okay, that's interesting, but they're just hunting down kills at this point as many as they can get.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there you go. Zomblers yet again. Again, there was not much they could, that the CCG squad could do there. So, yeah, not much they could really do.
Yeah, that pretty much explains it. But now finally a buy coming in from the side of CCG yet again. Not a lot of utility to hold their opponents off for longer, so they're gonna have to take on some fights head on. But other than that, CCG, I think they're quite well set if they decide to play this aggressively, which we have seen them do quite often. Again, they're pushing up over towards mid already. Corin again in that aggressive positioning, but that smoke, he's gonna actually deviate over towards the A side a little bit. But as soon as he has some information, he's gonna take this fight head on
Corin.
the middle.
Corin has proved to be huge. Look at the damage already done to 2 players of the Zomblers. 4 HP left for Camro. That was absolutely huge by Corin. He has been playing mid really, really well. Gotta give Corin his props there. He's been playing mid really, really well. Very interesting stack here as well, as Cez is able to take out Trip. Look at this. 3 members of the CCG squad are over towards A, and this could pay off for them. Jay Casper does unfortunately get Molly out of position, but is able to get the kill. Again, the damage that Corin did was enough that Casper was able to get out of the way and to be able to get the kill. Now as the bomb retreats over towards the new bomb site, it's the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the leader of the CCG squad. It's Floor Idiot. Already has the double. Can't do anything about the bomb plant. Has to wait for his team. They have to play this right. And here we go. The retake is on. Jay Cat was able to go in and trade. And this goes right back to what Corin did earlier. Finishes off the player. And Corin's opening damage through the smoke onto Camro and Sam has allowed CCG to now get on map and game point.
Yeah, Corrin, he went massive. Sure, he didn't confirm as many kills for himself as he probably would have liked, but the fact that he dealt so much damage, it actually forced the side of Zomblers to slow down a little bit. They had to rethink their approach because now that when you have two players on such critical low health, they're practically dummies that you're going to want to trade out. The probability of them getting a kill is extremely low, so they're just human meat shields for those initial headshots. And they tried to work around it. They wanted to go for a B execute, but the fact that most of their players fell early on before they had direct access to the site, courtesy of Floridian holding that back line so well,
Yep.
it just worked out perfectly for CCG.
It really did, but Camro is like, this game, just get on my back, boys. Get on my back. I'm taking us to the promised land. Corrin says, get out of my map. We want to be done with this. We do not get paid by the hour. And now we're down to 2v2. CCG trying to end it here. Round number 22. Can they end it? Or can the Zomblers come back and make this 12-10? It's now the bomb is all the way back, way outside of main. Outside of mid, my apologies. And Sezi is trying to keep Chinchilla occupied towards B. The big brain plays here. Floor Idiot able to take out Sezi, but it's an open A bomb site. And there goes Cajun. 1v2 clutch for Cajun. And it's a free bomb plant. And here comes Chinchilla and Floor Idiot now on the retake. He just missed spotting them too. Chinchilla. Chinchilla gonna bait him out. There's Floor Idiot with the ceiling kill. Floor Idiot able to trade out Chinchilla. They played that perfectly. A 13-9 victory for your CCG Esports squad, advancing them to 7-2 on the season. And Flick, talk to us.
Oh my goodness, I'm absolutely loving how CCG are playing so far into the season. I'm not even gonna try and sugarcoat it, but the fact that they didn't have SRY, I actually thought that they were going to struggle sort of big time. But again, this game was a good reminder for everybody and for myself that CCG is not as heavily individual reliant as they once were. The growth that this team has had within the past 3 or 4 months, it has been immense. The kills, if you look at the scoreboard, it has been all across the board. It's pretty similar to what each and every person has. They're all spread out. They know what they were all supposed to do. Their jobs were assigned and they executed them to near perfection. Sure, their start could have been a little better into the map, having conceded those 5 rounds in a row. That could have been improved upon, but again, they were playing with a substitute. They made do with whatever they possibly could have, and still a rather comfortable victory for them. As soon as we switched on to the second half and moved on to the CT side, it seemed like the game was done for CCG. They had total control.
Absolutely. Well said. We are waiting on a potential post-game interview here. In the meantime, let me just review a little bit to give you all a little bit of an idea. CCG, as we've been told here before the broadcast, a little bit of housekeeping. They had their game tonight against the Zomblers. They get a game tomorrow night, Wednesday, and Thursday. 3 more games to go here before we get to the end of the season. Regular season, I believe, must end the end of this week, because they're not the only squad that has a lot to go through. So again, 4 games this week. 1 down, 3 to go. Regain, 11 matches played. 9 wins, 2 losses. They currently hold the number 1 spot. Right behind them are Akimbo Esports and Might, both at 9-1 on the season. This does move CCG Esports to now 17th place at 7-2. This does knock Zomblers back a bit, but they're still in 10th at 7-3. So, Inflict, what are you expecting to see here from CCG before we get to Trip here on our post-game interview? What are you expecting to see from CCG for these next 3 games? Because they're playing one after another after another. Tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah, it's going to be a long week, perhaps tiring as well, considering depending on how much they decide to practice for it, and they're off to a good start coming off of that break for Thanksgiving as well. So again, it's going to be a long week. It's going to depend a lot on how the mental remains for this team, and if this keeps on going the way that they are currently on a win streak. Honestly, I'm expecting good things, but I believe we do have Trip in the call now. So Trip, first of all, congratulations on the win. How are you feeling, my guy?
Pretty good. Pretty good. That was a good team. It was a good win. So we're happy with it.
Yeah, Trip GG's. What a massive game. Let's start off since you're the one here. 7 kills in the first 3 rounds. You were feeling it early. What happened after that? It's like you kind of fell off, or were your team complaining that you were hogging all the kills?
They didn't complain, but nah, I definitely had a little lapse in play there. It kind of came back to me towards the end of the half, but there's like, I don't know, we just kept losing clutches, and I couldn't find any openers towards my side of the map, and it just felt, it felt like they were breathing down our neck, but we held it in there, evened out the half, and then got the CT side, which was a lot better.
So, just to speak on that, and I guess should have clarified the question, is like we saw you and the team start off hot, and then we see Zomblers come back and win 5 straight. Was there something that they were just doing strat wise that just kind of threw you guys off a bit? Or was it just more like you mentioned, it's just you weren't winning those clutches and those duels?
Yeah, I mean, we put ourselves in the spots we wanted to be. I mean, T side ancient in a 2v2 with like full control of the map and the ability to move wherever you want. And we had like two of those rounds, and I think Jake had Corin opened up one of them. That round should have been over. Um, before it started, he gets a 3K. Jay Casper gets another one, and we go into a clutch, and it doesn't fall our way. And then we have a similar one, I think, like 2 rounds later, and it just gives them rounds. They build off it. They win that round, run eco, build the next rounds, build back. They win 5 straight. I think it was. So it's not fun to play like that and have that happen to you. But we were in the spots we wanted to. We just didn't close out.
Cool. And
Yeah,
Seth?
as you said, I mean those two versus twos. I was keeping sort of count on that, and in the first half, and although they were happening quite frequently, just didn't seem like they were falling your way, as you stated as well, of course. But I want to get a bit of insight about how it was with SRY being absent. Of course, we've seen Jay Casper play as well. I believe you won that game the last time he was on when Corin was absent. Jay Casper made his return. We didn't see that op action coming out from you, which we saw, I believe, on Anubis the last game you played. So did you feel like you're just moving away from ancient op, or just generally with SRY being absent, you guys were comfortable having all five rifles around?
I think it was partially a money thing. We had an option once or twice on that CT half to pick it up, and I think we did. One of the other rounds we were expecting a faster play, so we just decided not to pick it up. And then following that, I think the other game where we had it with SRY, I think I picked it up on like an eco, and Jay Casper did as well. Jay Casper is an opper, so it helps us fill that department, and he's really good at it. Um, pick up some of the mode deficit. It's hard to play without him. So it helps that he actually is an opper and is good with the weapon. I pick it up here and there just randomly. It's not really designed. Maybe I'm playing bad or something. Can't hold my sight. I need a little extra help. Gun works wonders.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that on Anubis when you were playing double op setup with us alongside SRY, and it actually did work wonderfully for you guys. That it was quite fascinating for me to see you pop off on that op as well. But I'm gonna ask you the question that WX was asking me earlier as well. You guys have 4 games. This is going to be the final week of ESEA regular season, I believe, and you're just coming off of the Thanksgiving break as well. How are the vibes feeling like, and do you think the pressure might be, or the just the tiring factor might be a bit too much, having to play 4 games and of course having practice with that as well, or do you think you guys are going to be comfortable going through this week?
I think we're gonna be comfortable. I mean, all of us are. We signed up. We want to play. I was given some lip earlier in the season when we had all those games get rescheduled. I just wanted to play. I mean, I think everyone else feels the same way. Like that's why we play. We want to play these games. We want a little pressure. You can only play the same map in a scrim so many times and not get bored of it. So we like to play. That's why we're here. I don't think we're gonna get tired this week. We'll probably keep getting better as the week goes on.
There you go. All right.
That's passion.
I have nothing else, Trip. GG's to you and your team. We will see you Yeah, the rest of the week we have a game. Again, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. A lot of game action happened. Trip and or Inflict, any last minute thoughts before we get on out of here?
Well, none from my side, honestly. I'm just excited to see how these games pan out, and for a difference, for a change, with the way CCG are going, and I hope to God, Trip, that you guys continue this win streak. I need a better playoff spot. I don't want that 16th versus first spot again, because that was painful last season. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's better to make a run when you're 6-2 rather than make a run when you're 1-5.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Also
yeah.
fair. All right, Trip, any last minute thoughts? If not, I'm going to get us on out of here.
Nah, nothing from me.
All right, cool. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in and watching CCG Esports. I got another game to cast. I'm going to cast for my for the Exemplify squad in ESCA main one. Inflict, thank you as always for joining me. Trip, thank you for the post-game interview. Thank you all out there, viewers. Stay tuned tomorrow night. I believe it's 9 p.m. Eastern will be another CCG game. Make sure you follow all the socials. Until then, later.